Today is April 24th, 2019. I'm doing a Hobbit Garden update. I did a little Bible study on sprouts this morning. I'm growing some sprouts, so I'll include a couple of photos and a little video clip in this update on the sprouts. On Easter, I went over to my nephew's. He invited me over for an Easter dinner, and I was complaining about all of my tomatoes dying on me mostly. And so I came home, and then later that night, actually it was early in the morning of Monday morning, I got up and I started planting tomato seeds. I think this one here. So I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 6 flats of tomato seeds, so at least 60 seeds, and a lot of them have 2 seeds apiece. And then the next day I went out and I dug up, if you remember, I had some volunteer tomatoes, a group of them, and I said, man, there must be, a bunch there. Well, I potted up at least I think 24 plants from it. Now I'm calling these Amish paste volunteer, so they're a hardy plant because I just potted them up and they all look strong. Look at that. I mean, a lot of times when they're all grouped close together, so I thought a lot of them might die. But, well, it's still early. But it looks like I'm going to have a lot of these tomatoes. And I'm not going to need this many Amish paste, I can tell you that. They're a very nice tomato plant. I mean, they're prolific in their production. They're, I guess, a medium-sized tomato. They're about maybe twice or 3 times the size of a cherry tomato. They're not big, but they're not small. They're shaped kind of like a pear. And they're good. They're good for making tomato paste for, I guess, spaghetti. So I went ahead and got all of my covers back out for my seeds and covered everything again. I thought I should keep them covered to sprout the seeds better, because I was having trouble getting a lot of these things to sprout. And so now I didn't plant all these new, just this flat. The other ones were flats that just hadn't popped up yet. So as you can see, my greenhouse is extremely organized, and everything has a place, kind of, sort of, in that general corner. Okay, well, that's the greenhouse. Now, it's cloudy out today, and we did get a little bit of rain. You can see a little bit of moisture there, but it's hard. It didn't fill my rain barrels at all, so I mean, it dampened the earth, as you can see, but it wasn't enough to make me, well, look at that. There's a little raindrop right there on the cabbage plant. That's kind of pretty. So you can see the onions, they seem to be getting bigger. And the different plants, rutabaga and radishes here, and a little bit, some nice stuff there. What is that? That is Superior. I'm not sure what that, oh, that's, there's a potato planted pretty deep in there, and this says basil, but that looks kind of like radishes. Oh well, I mean, the basil is coming up. Now look at this. These pole beans, hardly any of them popped up. So that's not very good. I can just count, 6 or 7. And then here, again, not so many popped up. And the peas, they've done fair, but even so, they're not really crazy popping up. They're just, a few of them are coming up. So I don't know what to make of that. I do want them to be prolific. But look, now these are nice. Look at those. And it may be that those beans are planted more in clay soil. They seem to do better popping up. Do you see along the fence? I've got a lot of pole beans. So this is out front. And you can see my that vine. That, I sure hope it's a grapevine. I hope it's not a wild vine. I tried to plant some seeds the other year and I'm not totally sure. If you guys can tell if that's a grape or a wild vine, I'll know. If I get fruit, I'll know. And if it's not fruitful, then I'll dig it up and get rid of it. You can see the onions, but look. Now this is where, right in here is where I dug up those like 25 tomato plants. And look, I still got a whole passel of at least 10, and then a group here and a group there. So over the last week I've planted watermelon seed right here, a number of them, and also here, and some watermelon seed on that side. You can see the little sticks. I haven't totally planted everything in here. And you can see from these, I think they're onions, they may be garlic. These came from the meter, the gas meter area. I dug up all of these plants here and transplanted them. Now this was a major project, and it's been about a week, I think. This, you see that's a 27.5 gallon barrel type container. I planted watermelon seed. What are they? Black diamond. And actually I planted corn in this end, closest to me. And then this side I planted, right in here I planted okra. And you can see the onions are doing very good. So this has been planted out. This is one of the few beds in the back that I planted. And then I had some extra, like I said, beans. And I went ahead and took one of my tomato cages and straightened it out somewhat so that those beans will be able to, those pole beans will be able to run up it. So if I don't get great beans in the front, I should get some in the back. And you can see that oregano that just was taken over and spread out. This is a perennial. It's coming back. Look at that. This cabbage doing great. Now I had that other cabbage in the front that was struggling. But look at these guys. Now I planted these on Friday or Saturday. So that, what is that? Friday, if it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is the 5th or 6th day of growing. But now look. Now the difference, but look at this one. You see that? Now that's a sunflower. Now I wash these every day. These down here, and then I add water and drain through on those. But look at the difference in the sunflower. Now this one has an inch of soil underneath. That's the difference. So they really do need soil to really sprout. I hope you've enjoyed this Hobbit Garden update. That's pretty much the news. Love you guys. Get out there and garden. Bye-bye.